Super on the morning, Laura Styles, Rosenberg, Mr. FAB.
Yes.
The Bay Area Zone on the program. We're in the Bay Area for the world that's checking this out, because in the Bay Area, you are one of the legends at this point. One of the people that have forwarded that music scene. Collaborated with everybody, uplifted everybody, and had problems with a lot of people, too.
Sure.
Where exactly in the Bay are you from?
I'm from North Oakland.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But primarily Oakland, man. I love the whole city, man. But I'm from 45th and Market, man, to be exact. I was raised on Too Short. Like, you know, I mean, you can't be from Oakland and not be raised on Too Short.
That's right.
3 Times Crazy. You know, the Stacking Chips.
Bart and Keek the Sneak.
Most definitely. And can't forget AGE. Asian Man was one of the dopest. Man, all Bay music, man. E40, most definitely. Father Dom, some of the people that some of the local
Father
cats.
Dom, I haven't heard that name.
Old school Father Dom.
It's like Father
man.
Dom.
Damn.
It's like Keith Murray. Make $1 million, but it ain't no hurry.
Yeah.
So I was raised on like all Bay classics, man. Of course, you know my big brother Mac Dre, Andre Nicotina, so on and so forth. The Loonies. I mean, it's just all Bay music.
And today, I mean, you have an album coming out, but you've taken a step out of just collaborating and doing things in the Bay. This album that you're about to drop, what's the title?
This is called Son of a Pimp 2.
And on the album, just run through some of the names.
Kendrick Lamar, Lupe Fiasco, 2 Chainz, Tech 9, Bun B, Raekwon,
Wow.
Pete Rock, Jake One.
Pete Rock, Jake One.
Did I see a Jadakiss feature too?
Jadakiss.
Yeah.
G-Eazy.
Who's also from Oakland.
Yeah, from Oakland.
Now you saw yesterday. You speak about the Bay. You saw the connect that happened, right?
Which one yesterday?
You see my man Yorma from Lonely Island tweet you?
Yes, Lord.
Yeah, he was.
Yes,
he was like,
Lord.
yo, he didn't. They don't know each other, but Lonely Island's from the base. When I said, I was like, yo, I'm sitting here with Mr. FAB right now. He was like, oh shit, tell him to play. What was the name? Chirpers and what?
Metros and Chirpers.
He was like, play Metros and Chirpers.
He tweeted it super fast too.
I sent him a drop, so I had him do a drop for Lonely Island for the movie coming out. And yeah, I said it to him.
Yes,
he was like, oh
Lord.
shit. He was like, I post this? I was like, yes.
What do you, Mr. FAB, what do you feel in your perspective as someone now doing it? It's been 10 years?
Yeah, 10, 11 years.
The Bay Area is its own world.
Most definitely.
Slang, dress, cars, music, sounds, the sonics in the music. What has been the disconnect you feel in getting music national and international from the Bay, from your experience?
I think the thing that differentiates the Bay Area from the rest of the nation is there's no infrastructure when we talk about labels and business structure there. So there's a lot of artists, there's a lot of independent movements that's going on, and the galvanization of that is depleted by the absence of strong managers and a strong business sense for someone to take it.
An industry.
An industry.
Right.
So when you deal with an area full of guys who have a multitude of talent and anything else that, you know, that can keep them competing with the rest of the nation, the only thing that's missing is those pivotal players that take something small and climax it to the snowball effect. And it's just unfortunate that we have to go out, and there are only a selected few artists that have the courage to venture out to these other areas and take that voyage, to take a risk, to see if they can get in the game some way, somehow.
And it's probably not talked about. It's interesting you say that. You know, at the time, Souls of Mischief got their deal.
Right.
Sick With It Records got their deal.
Right.
When 3 Times Crazy got signed in the 90s and all that was happening. And though there was industry, they had satellite offices. Jive Records was there.
Was right in the Bay, right in the backyard.
Right. So a lot of those signings happened because it was there, because the independent music scene was so big. You know, Short made so much money independently in the early days. And
they
a lot
had
of
to
other
tap
artists,
in.
Yeah.
Then you had things like the Galvin. Then you had
Gavin,
you feel me? Then you had
Jack
the Rapper.
You had Mac Mall making independent
For
money.
sure.
You had Master P out there, Select Records making
For
independent
sure.
money. You had obviously Pac was moving around out there. You had Shock G and Digital Underground.
A lot of buzz was coming from there. Like you say, the Jive had implemented a structure there. So when Too Short was doing what he was doing with those projects, then they later went and signed a few other from Dangerous Dame over at Atlantic.
Wow, Dangerous.
You know what I'm saying? Then you had, like you say, you had the Souls of Mischief. You had Tommy Boy sign the Bums.
Yeah. Oh, wow, the Bums.
You know what I'm saying?
Tommy Boy signed the Bums?
Yeah, they were under Tommy Boy.
It's fact.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
when
Because they was from my hood.
Because when they ended up coming
Red
out,
was a DJ.
Positively Red,
Yeah,
you
that's my
feel me?
dude.
P Red, real
and
good dude.
didn't Sway help put them
Sway
on?
helped
Yeah,
the
Sway
bombs,
put those
yeah.
guys on. That was evolving them.
Can I ask you a question? And we didn't get to this yesterday in the Juan Epstein. Did the cats like who grew up on all the other harder, more street shit, if you will?
The mob music.
Yeah, there you go. Did they still have a respect and knowledge and awareness of what Hyro was doing?
Of course.
Most definitely.
So everyone, if you're truly from it, everyone was still appreciative and aware.
If you can rap for real and the music was for real, I mean, that goes all the way back to 415, though.
For
Richie
sure.
Rich and
Richie
415.
Rich.
Yeah, like that was.
D-Loke and the whole squad, like
Yeah.
with those guys, Brother Broski, like with the 415, like he said. But one thing that people misconstrue about the Souls of Mischief is, although they were repping underground hip hop, them was still street dudes. Them was still dudes from East Oakland. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dale the Funky Homo Sapien, Casual, Tajay, A+, and the rest of those guys were still respected guys who did what they did with hip hop. And they just went a different route. They was, they strayed away from the mob music. So there's always been a level of respect for those guys that's beyond the roof.
How is it?
Sure. I assume so, but wasn't sure. I hadn't heard it spoken of.
Culturally speaking, the concept of parking lot pimping, if you will, and the sideshow.
Right.
The Sideshow. I just learned about the Sideshow. It's amazing.
The sideshow.
I don't know what the Sideshow
It's
is.
psychotic. Have you ever heard of the term psychotic?
No, it's not.
Psychotic lunatics, and don't ever. And
That's not true. That's not true.
Can you break this down to me?
The sideshow
Sideshow.
is everybody who would rather, instead of going into the club, would either rather stand outside next to their car and play music next to their car outside.
Okay, I know parking lot pimping is same shit.
That's what parking lot pimping is an extension
of the sideshow.
of the sideshow. And like, I gave Pete yesterday, I gave him an example of the sideshow when it was cool. Like when Richie Rich did it. When I had him play the sideshow when Richie Rich did it. Then we fast forwarded to when I did
the 415
He played the
sideshow,
415 sideshow last night. Then I fast forwarded to when I did a song called Sideshow. Totally changed. Now, the original Sideshow was, if you was having money, you was doing your thing, you'll go pull up outside your car, play your music, show off your car, your rims, your Trues, your Vogues, your candy paint, all of that. So you had to be clean. It's because really it come from high siding. High siding means is modern day flexing.
Okay.
Like I'm stunting, I'm high siding on y'all. So my generation, we changed it to, we don't care what car you in. You can be in anything. A bucket with one rim, broke out window.
You know about
we were talking about scrapers. They call them scrapers because they scrape.
Gas brake dip. No, it used to be a thing because I was the end of the high side and the beginning of just basically the dirt bag side. Right?
So you can have a shitty sound system and just be out there.
It don't matter.
chilling,
You just
smoking
out
a
there
blunt.
going crazy. You doing more than
You
blunts.
just have to make the front of the car slap the ground when you would dip. Bow, bow, on beat. And then your music would have to be loud.
You got to see it, man. Like, this culture is something to see. It's something when you look at it, you like, I can't believe they're actually doing
But
this.
it is high side and it was all those things, but it really was an extension of the car show.
For sure.
Right? Which is a very West Coast thing to show your car off.
Like your dad's Bug Club.
Yeah.
Right?
Like a street low car show. Like, you know what I'm saying?
My dad was he used to trick out like cars and shit. He
had a Bug Club.
He was part of a Bug Club, a VW Bug Club. They used to drop them, and you'd like
Porsche
58.
rims on it,
Yeah,
the
they
whole
had like
thing,
the
yeah.
split
That's crazy.
windows, the oval windows. That's all I remember.
Yeah, it's the like he says, the car culture plays a significant role in Northern California lifestyle.
The reason I wanted to go down this path is because where's it at today? Because obviously the police have worked really hard to shut it down. Things got crazy. Things got violent. You also started getting into things with ghost riding and, jumping out of the car while it's moving. People getting clipped by the car, doing donuts in traffic, blocking off the Alameda Tunnel and doing racing in the Alameda Tunnel. Still happening.
It's to the point now where I'm afraid to go to that. Like, this was something that I would look forward to on the weekend. Like, dude, let's hit the Sideshow. It's moving in the East right now, bro. It's moving. Now, it's violent.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about somebody's going to get shot. They're going to shoot in the air just because they're going to be off every drug known to mankind.
I think that's really what
the drugs.
I think, we live in an era right now, we talk about this a lot. It was never cool to be a fiend.
Yeah. Now it's like dope fiend is.
It bugs me.
Dope fiendism. And then back in the day, like the dope fiends would do stuff. Like they get high, you get your lawn cut, you get your car washed, you get everything done, your house clean, you get your house painted. Like for $20, you can get your house painted, your deck done, everything. You buy a new house, Oh, you
These
even
new
go
fiends
pick
is
up the dope
lazy.
fiend. These new fiends just want to get
Useless.
high and go to sleep. Like,
Useless
like
fiends.
little bro, can you go to
Fucking
the
lazy dope fiend. It's
I
the
mean,
worst.
little bro, can you go to the stove for me? Come on, man. Damn, man, you fucking high, bro. Like, whoa, wait a minute. You standing in front of the stove. You can't just walk in for me? So, you know what I'm saying? The new dope fiends is crazy. They lazy. They just want to get high and go to sleep.
It's a shame.
So it's still crazy. It's
Sheepy.
still very crazy.
Yeah, it's very crazy. Because it's younger guys with no structure. And I think that pretty much sums up what's going on around the
All
whole
the
United
hoods.
States and all the inner cities and the communities. There are young guys who don't believe in a chain of command, and there are young guys who have no identity and no big homies and no role models that are giving them a message to let them know, dude, there has to be some type of care and concern. So if you're living lawless, then anything can happen, you know, and that's what we see in the cities like Baltimore, and we see these things in the Chicagos, the Detroits, the Atlantas, and so on and so forth. There are youth in the generation that are lawless. And, you know, Paxtradamus predicted this.
Yeah.
It'd be a race of babies that hate the ladies, you know what I'm saying? That just, they don't care about nothing. So that's what's going on right now.
Do you on this album? I mean, you've gotten into it on your music. You get into this on the album a little bit as well.
Most definitely. I feel, you know, where we come from, man, you have a strong upbringing with civilized knowledge that you're getting from your elders. But it's a mix. It's a very strong mix, and it's prominent that you learn all of these aspects of the game. You gamed up on street knowledge, and then self-knowledge, self-assurance. Some of my uncles were Black Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Some of my uncles was drug dealers and gangsters,
Or both at the same
or
time.
both at the same time. And then the pimping element was very relevant, and it resonates a whole structure of someone who has knowledge of all areas and genres of things. So the way we look at the game is very expanded. To expound on that a little bit more.
And that's a very, I've tried to articulate, that's a very Bay Area thing to have that level of, you know, the public school system in the Bay Area, you know, it's fallen, but it was very good
Most
at the
definitely.
time, right? And
Most
there's still
definitely.
some great public schools in the Bay Area.
I come
So-
from one of the best like public schools in the Bay. Oakland Tech was a
Oakland
very
Tech is a great
good school. Like,
great
you know,
sports program, too.
great sports program, has produced several athletes.
Yeah.
Shout out to my little cousin Marshawn Lynch.
I forgot to ask you about Marshawn yesterday.
Yeah, shout out him, you know.
Like real cousin?
Yeah, real cousin.
Okay.
How many removed?
You hit them with, y'all
What
just
number?
a black neighborhood
Yeah.
cousin?
I just
No, first
making
cousin?
sure.
First. Yeah.
First cousin?
Yeah, my little cousin. Yeah.
You know what my favorite Marshawn Lynch thing is? I've been here the whole time in that commercial.
He's a character.
Sean is like, man, I wish that the world could get a chance to see him as we see him. You know, but the
I think he
mystique,
came out in these most recent commercials.
most definitely.
And I think he did a good job of. I mean, it was tough for him to say, listen, I know y'all want to talk to me about sports only,
Right.
but you never want to talk to me about the area that I represent
For
and
sure.
the world that I come from. So instead of me getting up here and being upset with y'all, I'm gonna just be quiet, because what I want to talk about is the fact that I made it out of an area that I represent, and I want y'all to care about where I'm from,
For sure.
not just my abilities on the
Yeah.
field.
We just did a super dope interview with Undefeated and ESPN, and like I set up the whole thing, but he refused to do anything on camera unless they came to our hood. So they had to go by Granny House, they had to go by the apartments that we grew up in, they had to go to the corner, they had to hang out with us. So they like, you gotta think, we got ESPN at the dice game, we got them like, it's like some real hood, like on the corner. They like,
The article's supposed to be awesome.
That's
it's called
tight.
36 Hours of Beast Mode. So it's very dope, and it's just a collective of all of the family members just talking about our input, you know what I mean? But back to, you know, what we were saying. And even with Sean, you know, with his consciousness and his political standpoint, when the Super Bowl, at the biggest moment of his life, he has an African medallion on, and he says, shout out to my real Africans. The consciousness of Black identity.
That's a very Bay Area.
Most definitely reinstoring the Blackness and letting people know, dude, we proud to be where we from. Y'all may look at our city as impoverished, and y'all may look at us as just ghetto kids, but look where we come from. Look the things that we overcame. Y'all got to respect that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are those roses that grew from concrete with no water, with no seeding. Y'all got to see that, man. We may not be to the level of expectations of what they would look at us to be, but man, to us, we made it from our situation. So y'all got to respect that.
His name is Mr. F. What's FAB stand for?
It stands for Forever After Bread. The whole name in general was an acronym when I initially started it. It's MISTAH, and it stands for Money is Something to Always Have, so stay forever after bread. It was just a moniker to the hustle that I was taught. Yeah.
Say it one more time.
Money is something to always have.
Okay, money is something.
MISTAH.
Yep.
FAB. So stay forever after bread. You know, hustling. Stay. Whatever you're doing. Like nobody gets into this and say. Initially, we love it, and we do it out of our love. But it comes a point when you've already committed your 10,000 hours. Now you're like, I need to be compensated for this. So we always hustling, whatever it is. We always are chasing a dream as an accomplishment to be replenished with financial stability.
So what you're saying is that you're a fraud, and there should be an S between Mistah and FAB. Because that's stay forever, always after bread. You should have a middle initial in your name.
Mistah's FAB.
Mr. S. FAB.
Nah, so yeah, man.
Silent.
That's the
That's
beauty
very
of it,
interesting.
man.
That's dope, bro.
For real. I represent for the have-nots, like my whole life, man. Like my dad died from AIDS, mom's died from cancer. Granny, you know, rest in peace. My auntie died yesterday morning. My mother's sister, from Sacramento, man. My auntie died, and this was a woman who helped my mother every day when my mother was dying. She helped my mother every day. I'm talking about she would drive down from Sacramento every day to be there for my mother. And when I got that news last night that my auntie died, it was, you know, it's just a test to me. I look at it as I got another angel. You know what I'm saying? That's watching over. But I definitely want to send a shout out to my little cousin, which is like we were raised like brother and sister more than cousins. And stay strong, man. When I talk to her, I just want her to stay strong and let her know that the whole family is rallying behind her, not just in this moment of absence, but forever and continuing to, you know, support her and her loss. I know what she goes through from losing both of my parents. So I just wanted to send that condolences to my little cousin Natalie.
And we hope that people will support you. The project's out tomorrow, Son of a Pimp 2.
For sure.
Everyone and their mother, Kendrick, Tech Nine, Pete Rock, Jada Kiss.
How long did it take you to put this album together?
I've been working on this project for 4 years. I've done several things in between projects.
Yeah,
but this is like a collage that I felt the painting and everything that's descriptive about it had to be on point and had to be accurate. So it was a very a patient game that I played with it by being able to say, I'm not going to move forward with this song till I get this person. So I set it out with my vision, and I wanted to make sure that all the pieces fit for this puzzle.
You and I have talked offline about Felix Mitchell and, you know, my relatives and the Henderson family, and et cetera, et cetera. Do you feel like Mr. FAB and the ambassadors of the Bay Area music scene are doing a good job being comrades, right? And also reaching back and providing some sort of blueprint for success for the younger cats coming up?
Well, I can't speak.
If no, what needs to happen to make it better?
I think collectively, because it would be supercilious amongst myself to just isolate myself to speak about what I'm doing.
Right.
As a collective, I feel we can definitely do more to inoculate what I'm doing into this conversation. Every other week, we do an open showcase for the younger talents where I pay a headlining act to come through and perform. Therefore, the crowd would be thick, so these young guys
get a chance
to perform in front of a crowd, in front of a real crowd. The media publications that we create, I've created a magazine strictly for the streets called Dope Era Magazine, and all it is all up-and-coming artists. You know what I'm saying? It's all the artists that's out in the streets that's really going hard, making a name for themselves. Recently, I've linked up with some of the other legends or people who have years of experience in the game to get them more involved in it. Even if it's just come through, just come see it, come show your face, come take some pictures at these events so that these younger artists can see that there are people that have a care. There are the top dogs or the big dogs that they grew up idolizing coming out to pay attention to them. And this is called Oakland Live. It's a showcase like every other Wednesday that we do, by Wednesdays. And it's nice, man. I've had headliners from Too Short has come out to headline, Richie Rich, Burner, who's definitely doing his thing in the Bay Area right now, and he's signed with Wiz Khalifa, Taylor Gang, and several other artists who have a name in the Bay Area. They've come and performed, and the houses have been dope, and the up-and-coming artists feel appreciated. They feel like, damn, okay, somebody is going out their way to do an extra look. And that's just a testament to what I'm doing musically. As a unit and as our team, to those that don't know, we do so much philanthropy acts. Over the past 10, 11 years, I've done backpack giveaways every year. We'll give out thousands of backpacks. Turkey drives every year. Me and Cece Sabathia do a toy drive every year. We do a toy drive where we give out everything. I'm talking about bikes, PlayStations, Barbie dolls. This is everything. So we pull up U-Hauls full of toys and things for the kids right in the heart of the hood, man. And it's a beautiful thing. So I definitely want to shout out Cece Sabathia for being a part of that, man, because he's not even from Oakland. He does this in all cities that he's had a connection with. He's done it in Milwaukee. He does it in Vallejo. He does it here in New York. And man, that dude right there is like, man, that man is an amazing guy, man. You know what I'm saying?
He is a great guy.
That guy's a great guy, man. Like I'm going to the game tonight to go watch him pitch tonight, man. So he called me like, "You in town, cuz?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got some tickets for you. Come out to the game." So that's gonna be dope, man.
That's dope. Now that you've made some connections with some artists, you know, I think you need to start spending some more time out here.
For sure, I'm definitely with it, man. Like the love that, to me, man, being from Oakland, bro, and to come out here. And cats like Jadakiss and cats like Raekwon and
they love the Bay though. They know what time it is.
It's crazy, man. Like
people love the
Bay. I remember meeting Ray and was just like, "Yo, I'm Mr. Fab." He's like, "Yo, I know who you are." And that to me, I fanned out. What? Know me? Like I grew up off the Purple Tape. Like I grew up off Wu-Tang. Like them was like, you know what I'm saying? I was an Oakland dude, but I was East Coast influence heavily. Pete Rock and so on and so forth. To get embraced by those guys, man, that means a lot. So
we didn't coming up in Northern California, we didn't pick a West Coast, East Coast.
Nah, it was music.
It didn't matter. Even Two Live Crew and UGK,
it
wherever
was music, man. Like it was music. Like even like me, I'm Too Short's liaison. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm with him every day. Shout out to Short. We have his final album, real true final album dropping in the fall. I A&R'd and I wrote the whole album. To put it together, he gave me like, do whatever you want to do with this project. Let's put it together. It's my last album. I'm 50 years old, and I'm not doing no more studio recording. Just turned 50 years old, and to me, I was just like, wow, this is dope. Like it was like Kanye and Jay. Like that's how I look at it. I mean, you know, of course, not with the success and the mainstream knowledge of people, but for me to be able to do that, like I grew up, I know every Short song like the back of my hand since a kid. So for me to be in this position to do this, and I definitely want to take a small shout out to him. He lost his mother on Mother's Day.
Damn.
So Short, I love you, and stay strong, Pop, because I call him Pops, man. I never seen him the way that he was, like, you know what I'm saying? I never seen that. Short has always never seen nothing aggravate him, agitate him, anything. This kind of got to him, and this is something like, me losing my mother, I sent major condolences to him and let him know it's bigger than rap. If you ever just need a shoulder, man, to holler at, man, you want to just ride, and we just ride in silence. I'm with you. So I want to send that out to Too Short, the godfather of West Coast rap and independent rap. But before we get out of here, I want to play this record. It's called Survive. It's featuring Kendrick Lamar and Crooked Eye, produced by The Business, out of Seattle, Jay Henney and Dow Jones, and it's featuring Kobe Honeycutt from Chicago. He's a amazing singer.
Last name like Honeycutt, he got something.
Like
you can't just have the last name Honeycutt and not be able to say it.
He's amazing, man. So this record is called Survive. It just gives you three perspectives of city life from three different cities, from Long Beach, from Oakland, and from Compton, California. And there's some lyrical hip-hop stuff on my album, Son of a Pimp 2, dropping May 27th.
Mr. FAB, give it up for him.
Thank you.
Yay, area.